Ooh, right. Let's jump right into this recording. We have Stray Dog again, and we have Lucas again, and we're on Golden Pit again, and Stray Dog is playing as Hans again, and Lucas is playing as Teutons again. I'm having some deja vu over here, but this is a different game. We have wolves, not lions. I really hope that Stray Dog doesn't run into all of these wolves. That would be embarrassing. Uh, but there are some things that I forgot to mention even in the last games. As you probably know, if you watch some of my other videos, is I actually have a dog, and he is a stray dog. He got abandoned as a small puppy. A friend of mine found him by the lake, and me and my wife decided to take him in because his wife did not want a dog at that time. And I believe their daughter was allergic or something in that nature. It was very logical reason. So we took the dog in. Now, we were at the time living with my wife's mother in law, and she was not a big fan of animals. We had a small baby at the time as well, and she did not like that very much. So, we decided that it would not be a good idea for us to keep. I kind of just dropped it on my wife because I said, look, there's nowhere for this little pupper to go. Let's just take him a week. And he was absolutely wonderful. Look at this little TC trick. If that TC shoots the last shot, that boar is wasted. You want to be very, very careful. As I hear my little dog that I am talking about in the background, he likes to keep me safe. I don't really need it. I have a lock on my door, but you know what? It is appreciated. And let's see how the eco is over here. That boar is also going to go down regular. Actually, I think I saw a garrison and ungarrison there to, yeah, be a little bit more efficient. That's something that pros do so that they don't have to walk the distance of the TC, is garrison and ungarrison. Both players pushing deer. Not a lot happening, so it does give me an opportunity to finish my story. And look at this. This is nice efficiency to each one of these berry bushes. Very nice placement there. So we decided to give the dog back, and my friend actually ended up giving it to his cleaner. And the cleaner, very nice lady, but she didn't quite know how to take care of dogs. They had helped out some strays in the past, but it was mostly the husband. But the husband had gotten a new job, and anyway, the dog started not eating anymore, and it was quite hard to hear about this, especially since we just given him back, and he really wanted to stay with us when we gave him back to my friend. He didn't want to go. He was kind of in love with my wife, me, and my child. So it was really, really heartbreaking experience. And then he got sick. He got a virus, and we heard about this, and we rushed over. We picked the dog up from the cleaners, and we brought him to the vet. And I said to my wife, like, look, if we are going to save this dog, we're going to do it right. We're not going to put him back on the street once he is healed. That's just not right. The doctor gave him about a 60% chance to live, and he did. He recovered. Visited him every single day at the vet for about a week. Super sad. He had like this little bandage around his paw with oh man, what are those things called that are directly into your veins? Infusions? No, you know what I'm talking about though. And it looks like some gold is being collected, so this definitely means militia. Anyway, he's super healthy now. He's about 2 years old, and he is loving life. Actually, about to take him for a walk after this cast. I can see that he is quite enjoying uh, the barkage and a mining camp coming up. So maybe even more than 3 militia from Lucas. And his scout is still alive, whereas Stray Dog Scout is deaded. And could it be a Stray Dog game without a forwards? I was about to say, like, I wonder if he's going to go forwards in this game because they just played a game and Lucas knew exactly. Let's actually see what Stray Dog can see here. Wow, he can really not see a lot. So he doesn't know that this gold over here is the only gold that Lucas can really take, other than obviously the gold in the middle. And thankfully, did not run through any of those wolves. Not that it would have really mattered with 4 villagers there, but would have lost them some HP. Wall's coming up over here, and I wonder if he's, yeah, as soon as he sees his gold, he's probably going to tower this. No, he is going to go for a archery range instead, and it's right up against the wall. That's hilarious. Spearman coming out rather than militia for Stray Dog. Maybe expecting scouts, which is kind of odd because students don't really get great scouts. They don't get very good upgrades. Is now going to build a tower here. That's what I was expecting earlier, and a counter tower being produced from Lucas. And this is kind of like, I mean, they just played back-to-back games, so this is kind of like a revenge, I guess, for the last game. But let's see if it works out any better for Lucas, or if Stray Dog is able to forward himself to victory. Anyway, now villagers getting shot down. Doesn't look like any of them are going to go down. Is a little bit awkward with these spearmen. They are going to get shot on their way out. And one of them does go down. And man-at-arms in was more than 3. Like I said earlier, 4 of them. They should be able to get picked off by this archer if given enough time. But then again, there's a scout, so that could be a little bit awkward. Giving up on this tower, it seems like. And Spearman, yeah, just a little bit of jostling for position. Not too much happening over here. Archery range now coming up. Yeah, that makes a lot more sense than a stable in my opinion. So I don't really know why so many spears were produced. Maybe just to have a meat shield. And this tower is quite good if I'm being honest. Let's protect this really awkward forward gold. But then again, this area is probably going to be contested for the rest of the game, and if it does, then this could be really awkward for our students player in the red. These wolves getting killed. Man, what is it with Stray Dog and wanting into wolves? Let's see how his eco is at home. Yeah, very nice eco management here. Still taking sheep, building farms. This lumber is very efficient. Even though there's 9 on this lumber line, there are basically 4 to 5 to each one. Pretty efficient stuff there. And it really looks like Stray Dog likes hunts. Like a lot of the games I've seen from him, they are hunt plays. Trying to break through over here. Could see a tower pretty soon, although I don't see any villagers on stone at the moment. 1 on stone, okay, there we go. Are sending out a villager to stone at this point. And blacksmith, maybe thinking about getting some upgrades militarily speaking. Maybe go archers at this point. Obviously with Huns, it's very nice if you can deck into cav archers. That's kind of what they're known for, is teching into cav archers. I'm going to now sneeze, just so that you know that I do everything in one go. That's a legit sneeze. And these men-at-arms, I'm very impressed with Lucas' play and him keeping them alive. Now, Stray Dog might not have men-at-arms, but he does have villagers to throw in the mix as meat shields, as well as spearmen that are basically going to contribute nothing to the fight other than some small doinks. Free attack on those, whereas a villager also has 3, but the armor is terrible on spearmen. The only reason that they are good is because they get that bonus damage against scouts. Villagers versus spearmen, the villagers win that every single time. And there is that tower that I was talking about before. I thought Stray Dog was going to go to stone a little bit earlier. Let's see if there is any stone gathering. And oh man, this back is still open. Stray Dog could have gotten in here a lot earlier. I also really question Stray Dog's decision. I mean, he's the pro, so he probably knows best. And there is the additional stone being gathered. Doesn't want this tower push to continue forward and onward, as it looks like there's a palisade wall that is being destroyed. Yeah. I really wonder why Stray Dog builds these right up against the wall. Maybe it's to deny as many resources as possible. Another tower coming up over here. That's a nice tower placement. It is in range from this one, so if the base does get attacked, they can kind of defend each other. That's nice play, and is going to push away with all of these skirms. Yeah, I was gonna say I would not be surprised to see a stable at this point. Scouts are being produced. There are so many skirms from Stray Dog. It is worth just getting some scouts out just for that. But man, this is a good tower. And I think, yeah, these towers are actually in range of each other as well. And it's gonna be super awkward for Lucas because every time he has to drop off that gold, those villagers are going to get shot, so he can't comfortably take that gold anymore. And it looks like there's a breakthrough over here. Wow, this might be a short game, although the score is still quite close, and there's a lot of military. Could be one big cleanup. Gotta appreciate the patience from Lucas in this situation. Is building that tower. I did mention that he was on stone before, and a forward tower from Stray Dog. Is he going to get that up? Looks like they're both going to potentially go up. And man, those scouts are going to be doing work for days. But there are some spearmen over here. Those men-at-arms were still kept alive. Both towers do go up. And wow, carnage. And now, I think, are there any more spearmen in here? No, could definitely chase this down with the scouts, but decides to just back up. And these free villagers have been super annoying once you create a bigger opening here. And you get what you can get. Meanwhile, at home, still completely open. I mean, those scouts could do a lot of damage at home. And Stray Dog even noticing that and building a tower of his own back at home. Very nice play from both players. Fletching being got. Let's see if there's any upgrades on these guys. Yeah, fletching already in for Stray Dog. No armor required. The Cav don't have armor either. Probably should get those. A singular archer in here, and it looks like there's going to be a counterattack, and Stray Dog has the game recognition to realize that. Oh, dude. Okay, good. I think the pathing on that is okay, so he's not going to walk through the wolves again. And counterattack does look like it's coming Stray Dog's way. He saw that the army wasn't present anymore, and recognize that, and this could be quite brutal, especially if they find all these villagers, and he does find the forward villagers, and those villagers are going to get picked off one at a time. All 4 of those forward villagers are fried. That being said, maybe they're not. I'm always wrong. I'm always wrong. Now it would be great to pop out some archers right underneath this tower, but this tower getting work done in itself. Looks like some scouts did eventually go down, had to retreat back to the TC, and now Stray Dog on the back foot, going to be making some knights, it looks like, in Castle Age. Did manage to get up. Let's take a quick look at Lucas's resources. Still a bit away. He is going to go for market abuse, it looks like, whereas Stray Dog, very, very clean. Even though it was so messy, he balanced his eco so well. Did not need to build a market anywhere. Did not need to buy and sell resources. I'm saying all this, but he probably has like a sneak market somewhere. And just very nice overall play from both players. I mean, Lucas, for staying in this game with all of that pressure coming in way, is pushing this away. Now, it's always difficult to tell how far away this pressure is. And there's no archers in here, although only one of these is actually weak. And there are some archers, easy pickings for Lucas. 1 archer, 2 archer, and the last one gets away, but that is good value right there. The skirms being sent forward. I wonder if if Lucas realizes that those skirms are not there anymore. Could be making some kind of a push happen on the front now. Knights coming out, should be able to handle whatever is at home, but is deciding to go forwards instead. Yeah, absolute. Oh my goodness. All of these skirms went down. I think as soon as Stray Dog went castle, you just pull this army back. You don't want to lose that for free, especially if you want to go into like elite skirm, or if your opponent does go for cav archers, you definitely want to have those. alive. And talking about cav archers, wow, good timing. From that forward archery range, we have cav archers coming out. Now, I would have loved him to keep that archer in there just so that he wouldn't have seen this coming, but you know what, whatever. Maybe he wants to use them right away. And did manage to save some of these scouts, even though they're all weak. They're probably not going to get too much value anymore. Monastery! Oh yeah, we're going Huang style over here with the stray dog. And we're going to have that tower be pushed. No. Don't lose that for free. You have more range than that tower. No, do not have more range than the tower. I lie. I lie. I lie. I lie. Nice Heist was behind, and you definitely don't want to be taking so much damage. Oh, this is. You don't want to have the control groups for each one of those, but you know what? It's tough stuff. I would have just hit as well. Deleting that house so that he can mine this gold more efficiently. I will say props to Lucas. These two forward goal positions are very, very tricky to deal with, and he is holding quite nicely in this situation. Another tower coming up. Yeah, I think that's the right play. Because if you're off of this gold, then you are roasted. You can't produce knights, you can't do anything. And straight up realizing that he is coming forward and he is going to be... Oof! Doing some damage there. Maybe want to get Pikeman. Has monks here. He's going to get a conversion, yes or no? The answer is definitely... I don't know. I don't know if that knight was converted or not. Let's see. Let's see what the... Okay, the faith is still up, so it was not converted. That was one of Stray Dog's knights. Let's look at the upgrades on this. +1/+1, +2/+1. I do armor first. Because it's more important for cav in my personal perspective. I guess if you're fighting Spearman it doesn't really matter, but there are some archers here as well. So these scrums are doing basically nothing. I believe the minimal damage is always going to be 1. You'll never have a projectile do 0 damage even if there's more armor. And maybe a counterattack now coming in from Lucas. There are still these scouts over here, maybe seeing where the army is. See, you can still get value from... Oh, maybe was trying to debate there. Is going to go for some of these villagers, just trying to keep them off the gold as much as possible. Could actually be really, really awkward long term. Interesting that he went for one individual cav archer. Maybe he wanted to make it seem like he was going to go cav archers. But this monk, look at this. Look at this dodging god. Now we do have those knights on the front. They are going to try and find some damage here. Pretty even in terms of numbers, but there are better upgrades. And another knight is finding some damage over here. All of Stray Dog's army does have to come back to deal with this, which does allow an opportunity at the front to be pushed over here. But there's not enough numbers of knights here. At least I think. I mean, there might still be a... Oh, and as a conversion, does he get 2? No, only gets 1 conversion. But that should still be pretty decent. These knights are getting chased down. Meanwhile, at home, there are some fighting going on over here as well. But very nice protection on all of that eco from Stray Dog. And now it looks like he is slightly taking the advantage. Also already on 2 TCs. And fight over here. That does look a lot better for Stray Dog until these reinforcements come. Yeah. The reason I said it was better for Lucas, even though it maybe really wasn't, was because the knights do so much damage there to the composition that Stray Dog had present. But it did get cleaned up, and those student towers are able to garrison more villages, and another stable is being produced. So hard to keep the gold flowing here for Lucas with that forward positioning. And meanwhile, Stray Dog, smooth sailing, F4 really helping him out. Got 2 cav archers now. 2 cav archers is gonna do it. And look at this eco, very nice organization over here. Doesn't want his villagers to walk too long. Mills are all over the place, even taking Shorefish, that's a very efficient way of collecting food. This stone is going to run out, but there's more stone over here. It looks like at some point a push is going to come in from straight. I'm a little bit surprised we don't see mangonels, but we saw earlier that those mangonels are not super effective, and this is a end the game kind of a castle right here, right now. And oh man, this is just too funny. Like Stray Dog with these wolves, and is gonna lose another villager to wolves. I wonder where this. Yeah, this wolf is also gonna target this villager. Is oh man, lost two vills again to wolves in this game. And why is this wolf not attacking? Okay, there we go. Well, it doesn't really matter. He is getting rid of this army over here, and it does look like this is going to go up, especially with some of those quick walls. Conversions coming in. Yes, there is. And if this castle goes up, the GG might very. Yeah, I was gonna say that castle is gonna go up, and the GG is indeed called, especially at this level. Even 800 score can make a huge difference. Let's quickly go through these statistics. KD very very even, but the gold control was really there for Stray Dog. If we look at the number of gold collected, yeah, that's 800 more. That's huge in a pro game. It was not easy for Lucas to collect the gold. And Stray Dog, the man with the forwards. I just really want to thank you guys for walking. Please don't run. Running is bad. Walking is good. Poop Lord, out.